Oh man, so many of us are familiar with the 50 Cent and Rick Ross feud from years ago, and that feud right there was crazy, dog. It featured some diss songs and also some internet antics. 50 Cent used Ross's baby mother to go ahead and make him look crazy. So now many people are aware of Tia Kemp and her linking up with 50 Cent, but the more egregious one was Stoni. This is Rick Ross' baby mama that 50 Cent put out the sex tape with her and what she claims to be an ex-boyfriend. Eventually she sued 50 and won some money, but here she goes speaking on the situation after it was recently brought up on the WAG show that this lady's casted in with Sherelle Rosado. That's Ocho Cinco's lady, alright? But even though I'm familiar with the beef, I've never heard this lady's side of the story. Let's tap in and see what she got to say about the situation.
And it was a long distance relationship. So that's initially why how the filming came about, because we were in a long distance relationship. He lived in New Jersey. I lived here in Miami, Florida. So, you know, when you're in a long distance relationship, you have to do things differently, and you have to work a little harder at having a bond or having a connection, because you're miles away from each other. You're this long distance away from one another, so you're not physically around each other every day. So you have to show your love in different ways. The tape filming came about because he was going through a custody battle with one of his children's mother about the kids. So when he had visitation, he would film them to keep memories when they were away. So it became our thing. Like, we would film each other, like, out on dates, at the park, you know, around the house. So when I would go back home, or when he would go back home, because we visit each other on a month-to-month basis, we could play the tape and just remind each other of, like, the sweet memories that we made. So that's how the filming came about in our relationship with me and this guy. And to clarify this, that was not 50 Cent in the tape that I was having this, you know, doing these sexual things with. That was not 50. So anyhow, the guy cheats on me. He cheats on me with a girl from Jersey that I know nothing about. I found out about. So I found out about it, and then I outed him to the girl. Like, you know, I hit her up, I hit her up, and I'm like, hey, are you seeing such and such? And she's like, yeah, why? And I'm like, well, we've been dating for over 6 months. He proposed to me at the time. This, like proposal, fake, whatever. We were deeply in lust, I'll say. So, I hit her up, and I'm like, yo, like, I've been dating such and such for such and such long, and he got pissed about it. So at the time that happened, my baby's father, Rick, and 50 were beefing. The beef was like brewing, like it was growing day and day. Hi guys. So I'm so sorry. When it got to its peak, my ex threatened me through a text message and was like, oh yeah, I see that beef with Ross and 50 getting spicy. Maybe I should spice it up some more, because he was mad that I outed him out to the other girl he was cheating on me with. And I kind of ruined that relationship for him. So he was pissed about it. Initially, he did sell the tape to 50, and then 50 released it on, at the time back then, thisis50.com. So that's how that happened. And that was chopped and screwed in that scene, because I said all of that, but of course, editing and production chopped, screwed, and snipped it. So he sold the tape. I sued. I won. End of that story.
I ain't gonna lie, that is lame to sell the tape though. Like, come on, man, you messing it up for everybody else, my boy. You poisoning the ladies' minds out here that, you know, possibly want to do that shit. Now they gonna be scared to do that shit because y'all niggas want to sell the tape. But nevertheless, this all came about because she was confronted on the show by Ocho Cinco's ex-girl. I don't know what they got going on, but Sherelle Rosado, and she spoke about it right here. Let's tap in real quick.
People don't know Stoni from anything else but a sex tape. So
just because you assertive That don't make you a mean girl.
I think what people are looking at is because edited a lot of things when I was stating my facts. But
Yes.
of course, people don't know Stoni from anything else but a sex tape. So to get her storyline across, you have to chop and screw. No, I'm not being funny about it, but that's what and it's sad that it had to happen that
Yeah.
way. But it's reality TV,
But
so
when I watched what I did tell one of my friends, I said, but when I watched y'all go live, it definitely clarified a lot of things because, like you
right.
said, a lot of the scenes were cut out, and it's
Hmm.
easy to make an assumption.
Right. And then of course, behind the TV beef when you calling around asking about me and trying to get tea on me before I don't even know who you are and you playing both sides, it's a difference. So people don't see that.
Right, right, right. So yeah, you were right in having your preconceived judgment.
And I didn't know you could like it was a bad thing to choose who you want to be around.
I think people were making it like the reason. I guess
All
because
right,
people
they're
were like
ready.
the reason I don't want to be around her is because she was an export and she had a sex tape. So people were kind of hanging on that.
Yeah, I think it was mainly the sex tape part. Like I don't condone in that. Like I don't agree and I have sympathy for what she went through.
Yeah.
But that's fine. No.
Cause girl, honey, sometimes like she said, I didn't know that was the reason. I had heard of course, being from Miami, like I heard all
I
the
was just about to say that Miami accent came straight out.
stuff, but I didn't know that that's how the sex tape got out there. So
I didn't even know about any of the situation, but it was other things that were brought to my attention of why I didn't want to affiliate and
yeah, but
reason.
I think people gotta know that it's reality TV. Although it's reality TV, it is definitely still scripted. You gotta have somebody to shake the table.
Right.
And you
But
were probably the strongest personality to be able to do that. Everybody can't handle being that person.
they can't.
So what's going on is right now, Sherelle's getting a lot of bad press as people are reacting to the show, and yeah, that's what's going on, dog. Now Tia Kemp has made allegations about the lady being selling the WAP. I don't know how true that is, but Tia Kemp spoke on the situation right here. This the auntie episode, huh? We got all the aunties popping out for this one in this video.
Hey, Sherelle, I heard you trying to invite me to y'all premiere last night for y'all little show that just came out.
Shout out Live Bites.
I don't know. Was that a setup to try to get me to go to jail or something? Huh? But anyway, next time you inquire about Young T wanting to come to something or invite me, it's not an invite, it's a booking. You got to pay me to come to something like that, baby. I'm sorry. Especially if I may need a bondsman or something the next day. If you know what I mean. But you better tell your castmate to keep my name out her mouth. She should be on the show talking about how she couldn't bury her goddamn mama after spending up all that lawsuit money. Her mama just dropped dead off fentanyl just a few months ago. She couldn't even put her mama to rest. And she talking about me and acting rich. Come on now. Let's do better now. It's 2025. I don't want to have to keep tearing these hoes' head the off.
God damn, yeah, no, this lady crazy as hell. These Miami girls be having some mouths on them. But hey dog, I do understand the reality TV aspect and what Sherelle was saying as far as that's the only reason why she's known. So you got to bring that up. It's a controversial thing. Like she wouldn't be on the show if it wasn't for that. More than likely, you got to have something. You got to have some stories to you. And that is a big one. So I understand the point of it had to be some type of way for it to be brought up and presented on the show. And Sherelle was presented to be the antagonist for that situation. But at the same time, boy, when you go on these shows, you gotta be careful as far as the perception that precedes you, that follows you after you leave these shows. In the situation with Ocho, it seemed like he liked these feisty girls. I don't know. But his previous girl, unfortunately, Evelyn Lozada, in reaction to their situation when he headbutted her, people were saying they possibly could understand it. I was legit, but I remember people saying they possibly could understand it because of her attitude while someone were reacting in a way because she probably provoked them due to people seeing how she acted on the Basketball Wives. So But hey man, I see a lot of people talking about this show. I know a lot of the dudes on there. I think seen Robbie Anderson, Chosen Anderson. That's what we go by now. Chad on there, the boxer. He a Zoe. I can't think of his name right now, but the boxer on that shit. There's a couple people on that show, man. But hey, it is what it is. I mainly cover this because of the hip hop beef aspect, to give a perspective to that shit, because I know a lot of people are familiar with that Rick Ross and 50 Cent beef. So that's from the baby mama speaking on the situation right there. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all gotta say in the comment section below. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here though. This is another update with Stace. Yo.